I approve this message nationwide. This is a DJ edition here. You don't know. We got some special guests up in studio tonight. You don't know, man. From the HipHop Festival here. The organizer here. Say hello to everybody.
Hey, everybody. Hey.
You don't know. And we got the ones and twos here. DJ. Right here. So he doesn't need no introduction. He's doing it right now. You know what I mean? Rich upon them twos there. Rich Lynx.
Hey. What up, y'all? What up, y'all? We're having fun tonight.
Hey.
What? Yo, man. Tonight is hype. Hype. That what could I say? You don't know. Yo, we are doing this today. You know what I mean? Straight up goods here. Yeah, man. Yo, how long you been DJing for, my brother?
Mid-90s.
Mid-90s.
Plus 20, 25 years.
25 years. Yo, that is a classic.
No, that's 30.
30? Yo, 30 years.
Long time.
30 years in the game here. 30 years, man.
For the love of music.
For the love. Say that again. For the love
of music.
For the love of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You listening to something right now that's directly from Toronto. We want to, before we get started, let's pay homage.
Yes.
Depending on how you like to say it.
All right.
To Frankie.
Okay.
May he rest in peace. This song is a classic.
Yes.
It is amazing. It bigs up all the hoods. It doesn't matter where you start.
Nope.
It matters where you go in.
It's where you from.
That too. But he's just paying homage to even himself and everybody in Toronto. So let that play.
That's right. Let it
Listen
play.
to
No
DJ
delay.
Rich Lynx.
Rich Lynx, man. Rich Lynx. Yo, I have to ask some questions here straight up, man. Who did you grow up listening to? Like, you know, besides MCs and all that, but like which DJs influenced you to get on the ones and twos?
Originally, it started out with my boy in the 90s, DJ Rookie.
Okay.
He's living out.
Zine.
Way out in, I think out Windsor or something like that.
Okay.
He lives out there now?
Yeah, he lives out there now. We still talk once in a while over the IG.
All right.
Then I came out to Brampton and met up with my boy Illinois.
Okay.
Another sound called Untouchable Sounds and that whole crew.
All right.
We all formed together and then, you know, I got mixed up with a lot of other sounds, but it was me really in Illinois doing our thing. Took a little break. Then my brother-in-law told me to dust off the shackles and come bless the...
Not the shackles.
The shackles.
Get the dust off, you know? Because I took that break and he said come back and just, you know, do the after hours. So I lost a train of thought for a second.
It's all good. It's all good, man.
And then, you know, it's just like from that point on, it just took off. Started doing a whole bunch of barbecues and a whole bunch of clubs, bars, comedy shows,
all right,
a whole bunch of stuff, and then got with Ness. She launched her thing. And you know what? That's a blast off right in itself.
Whoa!
Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Yes, guys, he's one of my DJs at the HipHop Festival annually that I hold each year. Again, dedicated to hip hop and the culture itself.
Indeed.
So, what about yourself? Who are you today? Well, everybody knows you, but introduce yourself.
Whoa. But yo, I have to ask this. This has always been a question for hip hop for me. You know what I'm saying? How important it is to have the element. This is one of the elements of hip hop, having the DJ. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just can't do selector business, just selecting whatever. You need skills.
Absolutely.
It's not only, you know what I mean? Like, how important it is to the culture, would you think, man? I have to know this. Like, it's DJing been going on for like a long time, you know?
A long time.
So
very long.
You know, there's new DJs, there's old school DJs. I pay more homage to the old school DJs because, yo, you know why? Don't get me wrong, the control is good, but if you know how to do both, then you're good. You're and I'm assuming you know it already.
Right.
You already know the vinyl. You know what I'm saying? You have to start it off with that. No controllers.
Yeah,
right.
And it's either you did it on the vinyl.
That's right.
Or you got extra creative with the cassette recorder.
Yeah.
Pausing.
Yep. That's right.
Recording another one at the right time. You have to play with it.
Yeah.
Or if you got with the samplers, like what they were doing back in the days, they would take the record and again, that's vinyl, right? That's where you get most of your beats. They use vinyl.
That's right.
That's where the creativity came from. You heard something, you got inspired, and you figured out slow it up, speed it up, slow it down, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And then you just got your creativity, and then you play with the words. But that's what DJing is. You play
Absolutely.
with the words and seeing the crowd through the music.
Right.
You're moving the crowd with the music instead of just like how the MC on the mic, Yeah, you're moving the crowd. You're moving the party. In fact, you're controlling the party.
Absolutely.
If you think about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
You really think about it.
Yes.
The best DJs actually look into the crowd and see what's happening. And once you do that, then you're going to know what to play, especially when it comes to genres and switching over. You can always do, the thing is, I'm hard on DJs because I'm in a DJ world. And so I'll hear some of the mixes and you can mess up on the mix, but if you're not paying attention to the crowd, you're going to have a flop in about 5 minutes, or people like myself that I'm going to be more critical of the DJ, not the music.
Speaking of that, how important it is, it depends on the party, right? So how important it is to be preparation for that certain party, like certain crates of certain music and all of that. Like I know that you do a certain mix, but say it's a certain crowd, you know what I'm saying? Like would you have to go through a certain files or something like that? Like say for instance, I don't know, it's a West Indian crowd compared to a crowd is more R&B-ish. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know, like different, different parties.
So with the art of DJing, right? It also depends on what you master. Like at the end of the day, you can't really go to Jamaica and go and ask a sound man to DJ a hip hop and R&B party.
Right.
You expect them to pull it off as well as somebody who masters in hip hop and R&B and knows it to the soul, because their flavor is different. Not saying they don't have the skills to do it, but their relationship to the culture, and I come from both. So I'm not. So when I play reggae, right? Reggae is not my original true love because I was born in Canada. Hip hop is.
Yeah.
Right. Straight up. I grew up on the 80s. Big Daddy Kane and all of them. Rakim, those guys, right?
Yep.
So when it comes with the reggae, they grew up with Bob Marley, Ninja Man, Yellow Man, right? Those foundation man. So it's like they know it better than me. So when I play reggae, or somebody asks me if I play reggae. Yes, I can play reggae. Yes, I play good. Don't ask me to go in a clash and go and come.
You're not going to be able to keep beat.
Doing that, then
I'm not that guy.
I know you're talking about.
I know you're talking about. Because he's another
This is not King Turbo against Black China.
Right.
Exactly. Big up to both.
So to me, it's like
you have to know your crowd. You have to know where you're going. You have to know your niche.
So it's almost like the techniques of martial arts, but it's
I want to say this
subliminal.
one thing. He mentioned culture, and he's right, because at the end of the day, if you go to Jamaica and the Jamaican culture here is different than the Jamaican culture there, you're absolutely right. You may be able to pay for the Canadians, even the Jamaicans that live here, because that's what they're used to. But in Jamaica, you might get booed off because they're like, well, wait, what's happening? So I think, as he said, and you're right too, techniques, both of that, all of that is encompassing.
All in composition. You know what I mean? Straight up goods. Because hey, if you do a wicked mix and it's like, you're not really used to that sort of music, but you're doing that mix, it's like you mastered a style what you didn't know. You know what I'm saying?
And you're also keeping people on the floor dancing and having a good time and drinking and smoking or whatever they're doing.
That's right.
But mostly they're having a good time and they're not ready to. I've gone to many a party, and if the DJ is fire, I'm walking out and will turn back because he's keeping my attention, basically.
Next question here. How now compared to the 90s and compared to now? I know that it was yes, the vinyl and all that, but you had to have like the crates and everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it was a lot more harder to bring the music compared to now. Everything's compressed digitally. Right, so you could have more than enough.
I disagree with you.
Wait a minute. Hold up a second here. I'm liking this because wait a minute. Hold up a second here. Yeah. So you're telling me you're playing all night, right?
Yes.
And you're running out of music, you know what I'm saying? Were you gonna repeat the same tracks again?
No. So here's
because my next question is,
okay.
do you repeat tracks at a party?
When you're playing vinyl?
But we're gonna get back. Yeah, but I'm going with a lot of questions here. I know.
So we gotta answer one at a time.
I know.
So
go ahead.
I come from the foundation of no. Either the crowd, you play a good set of music in the early rounds, save some of the hot ones for later.
Okay.
Don't play same tune. That's, I don't care if that comes from my reggae side of me or the hip hop side of me.
Absolutely.
At the end of the day.
So did you have that problem in the 90s because you only had so much crates?
Okay, wait. Let's answer the other question first because he jumped to the last question. But the first question is: remember that in the 90s. You did not have digital formatted sound crews. You had sound crews that one played reggae, all reggae, like maybe King Turbo. And I'm not saying they did not play other music, but you couldn't have the enforcers or the bandit there.
So you had like the specialists of that one and this one and this one. So you wouldn't run out of music.
Well, no, think about, wait, I'm not done it. And then every hour or so each DJ plays, but they're also bringing in more records. It's just not the first set of crew that comes in or sound man that comes in. Remember, if you're going to have King Turbo come in first and then the Bandit next, he's now in the 90s going to bring all his 90s crates and records. And he's going to have about 5 man with them. We can't forget 5 man.
You know what?
Everybody holding a record.
Another thing with the 90s,
a crate.
There was this thing about who got the record first.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And that's why a lot of DJs at that time tried to come up with start time, 12, 1 o'clock.
Or originality.
Or find a new way of playing the tune. Right. Again, this is where the creativity of the DJ came into.
Uniqueness
through the music.
That's right.
The crowd.
That's right.
So if a person played, let's say I came in and started playing, and I played a hot tune at 11, 12 o'clock.
Okay.
People in the crowd would, some people say, played it too early, burn out the good tune, play this, do that. Right. Then let's say it's a different party and they came at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
And the DJ say, yo, play this. I said, I heard it play already. Bitch, I get it. Don't matter. So it depends on the crowd and players.
If it was requested back.
If it's requested
that's
back,
a difference.
You kind of have to MC that in.
No, that's different.
And you say what it is.
No, that's different if it's requested back. But I'm saying like no request and you're running out of music. You know what I mean? But you already answered that. I was just saying.
That wouldn't happen because the man's them would have showed up to also enjoy the party. Because the other thing the other caveat we want to put in there too is you said it. We talked about it. You're moving the crowd. You think the man them not moving too, or going in the crowd to actually dance? And we were different. Us 90s, 80s, even early 2000s. Yeah. We danced our ass off. Like we didn't leave the dance floor. I do the door now sometimes for some of the promoters that I know. Okay. And the kids come and they play good music and they're not dancing. And not because I can also say it's not even the DJ anymore because the music that we're putting out to is another issue. You know what I mean? So that's another level on top of another level on top of another level.
Speaking of levels, how's important it is, like, okay, we got new DJs coming out and all of that and everything. Yep. But the bottom line is how important it is for you to develop your style and unique way of doing DJing so you could develop a reputation to be known, to be getting hired to different parties and whatnot. Because on the real, let's just get real here. Certain DJs do have that name out.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
But I think it's also too, you have to pivot, constantly change what you're doing, and having a uniqueness as a DJ is an absolute must. And understanding music, as Rich said earlier, because if you don't understand the music or the culture, then you're going to stay in the same spot. And what I'll say is Rich can play the 90s music now, but he should also be incorporating the newer music as well. And as we heard earlier, he was playing Ghostface. And Ghostface, everywhere. Up to Ghostface, he just, he ended up putting out an album. Big up, walking in the building. And hello, hi, I'm not sure who you are. I'm Ness. Nice to meet y'all. But yes, we're in the middle of this,
Yeah.
but
Some seats around the place here.
yeah, take a seat. Come, take a seat.
Oh man, we're
Yeah,
live
take a
everywhere
seat.
right now. We live DJ
It's all good.
edition.
Yeah, come in, man. Come in.
DJ edition here.
Yeah, and you remember DJ Rich from the HipHop Festival, all right? Yes.
Don't know.
Okay, you were at the HipHop Festival. Okay, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
You know what? I was kind of stressed. So yeah. So I mean, thank you. I appreciate that. But thank you again for your support. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
But yes, we were actually talking just as you guys jumped in. We're talking about DJs and they're having the ability to change over the years, but and then keeping their uniqueness, but ensuring that they're changing and keeping up with the times. So we're just discussing that. And you had some more questions. So what else, Ras?
Oh, there's people sending in questions.
Well, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yo, man, I just be coming up with them. You know what I'm
Can I
saying?
read the question
Straight
board?
up goods. You know what I mean?
Question
Straight
board
up goods,
pirate?
man. But yo, would you say that you have like a certain style and technique of scratching on the DJing? You would say, like, you know how like boxing, they have a certain, shadow power or whatever and all of them things.
Yeah,
I don't know about DJing, brother. You know what I mean? Like you tell me.
When it comes to scratching and all that, that's a real skill.
Yeah.
That's
Absolutely.
a real timing,
Okay.
creative
Especially
skill.
with vinyl.
And
Right.
Especially
Yes.
because that's a sensitive touch.
Yep.
Right? Controller helps take that away.
That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
So you
yeah,
can now
yeah.
freestyle on what you're doing a little bit more and not have to worry about the touch
Right.
on vinyl
Okay.
versus controller. That's what I learned the difference in.
Yeah.
Yes, controller makes it easier.
Yeah.
But you, when it comes to vinyl, the scratching and it's a
Yeah.
talent. You have to put in
And
work.
you have to practice.
You
yes.
have to practice.
Yes.
It's not just
DJ,
easy
like
as
what
so.
you guys see on those competitions.
Go on.
Yeah.
Those guys are like the NBA players.
Ah.
1 in a million.
True.
Yeah.
Not
true.
everybody can do it. It's
Yeah.
harder than you think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a
Like
real skill.
DJ
Honor it.
Jazzy Jeff is one of my
Yes.
favorite, and the
One of my
reason is
favorites.
because he is so different from Premier, because Premier has more also of a producer side to him. So
Yeah.
I
Yep.
kind of feel he
100%.
bounces back and forth. Where Jazzy, we both went to the LL, me and Rich went to the LL Cool J concert,
Mm.
and he did a set, and like I could have died and went to heaven.
Okay.
Because the way the man had the turntables turn up, like it was
It's an
crazy.
art.
Yes.
It's an art. It's crazy.
Yes,
Like
that
when you're
part.
seeing them doing it like this
That
and that,
part.
and after maybe a spin around
yes,
backwards and
Yeah.
all this stuff. And then after
Yeah.
some of them like to
Yeah.
get ridiculous. I've seen certain things in back in the
The
day.
most
They're getting on the
beautiful thing
wall
in
and
the
all this
world.
stuff and all this shit. I'm like, what the heck
Yeah.
is this stuff, man? You know what I mean?
Hip-hop. That's what it is.
No.
It's like they're
one of the
Hip-hop.
it's like they're
elements.
One of
mixing.
the elements.
It's like
Yeah.
they're
Hip-hop.
mixing in the breaking with the DJ and all. And when I seen that stuff in the back in the day, they're doing all sorts of fuckery on the turntables.
Oh.
Yeah.
I go, holy, how are you doing that?
Yeah, and that's competition,
Okay,
right?
okay,
And as
okay.
he said, as you both said, it's an art. It's something you got to practice. But like I said, Jazzy Jeff has changed over the years. I mean, we all know who D Nice comes from,
Yeah.
KRS-One,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
and he has pivoted, and he did that during COVID,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
he found back his. I don't even want to say fame, but he got reignited. But we know who I know who D Nice is. I'm one of those kids that saw him in concert.
No, my
I'm one of those kids that saw him in concert with KRS-One and Scott
Yeah.
LaRock. Rest in
Hey.
peace.
Would you have to
Rest in
say
peace.
that, like, I know the DJ
Yeah,
has
man.
to know a lot of sound, okay? They have to
Right.
be like a sound man. They have to
Yup.
have a keen ear for sound.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And from back in the day, what I've noticed, what I've learned, you know what I mean? Like, because I was, like I'm a hip hop for life, right?
Okay.
And,
thank you, correspondent.
right.
I hope it's
And when I was analyzing hip hop more, you know what I mean? Analyzing it as in, I want to know what the beats are and all of that, the back of the production and all of that. And when I started to learn that a lot of these beat makers were DJs
Yes.
before beat makers. So I
A
come
lot
to,
of producers are DJs.
yes, I come to that
A lot of your
conclusion.
favorite rhymers are DJs.
Yes.
Not to mention one of my favorites, Redman.
Oh,
Have you
hell
ever
yeah.
heard him do a
Yeah.
Don't worry,
Yeah.
I won't
DJ
in.
club?
Hell
Have
yeah.
you ever heard Redman do something? Oh, my
Redman.
gosh, I would love to see it
Redman is
live.
dope.
I wish I was around them times to see him do it live.
I got a quick question
I
for
missed
everybody
out.
in the room.
Go on.
Even everybody online, if you're hearing this out loud. So there's a trending DJ, I'm gonna call it. That's what I kind of referred it as, the trending DJ. The trending DJ has nothing to do with the scratching. This trending DJ has nothing to do with the art of mixing and putting tempo, pitch, all right, and tone together, mastering his own craft. He's the guy that does the button thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
The button thing. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to make a way without the old people sounding old and without the young people saying that we're picking on them, because I think they deserve a lane. We gave hip hop, rock and roll. We gave them
Absolutely.
pop now.
Yeah, you're passing the baton. We need to, and we have to respect that if we're passing the baton, that we're ensuring that yes, we're showing them the old ways, as you're saying, but at the same way,
just
we want to
acknowledge it. We want to acknowledge it.
We
That's
want
what
to
I'm
DJ.
feeling like I don't want to disrespect these guys. I need to find a word that I can say that says, yeah, you guys are not the DJ I wanted, but thank you for coming up.
Right. No, I get it. But you know what?
I'm just sick and tired of seeing these guys 7 million views, 30 million views, and all they're doing is
pushing a button. Yes.
I call that's selectors.
And
That's not. Those are not DJs,
bro. Don't do that.
Don't
do that.
No.
And you know why? Because
hip hop.
they have their stuff already pre-recorded, and unfortunately, you're doing something detrimental to yourself, because we just talked about this.
Yeah.
You got to look at your crowd, and you playing a pre-recorded ish, and you're playing something that they're like, wait, you went from A to Z. Because one thing I'll say is, because I may not be a DJ, but because I know music.
At least you know the vibe.
I'll ask him. I know the song before it comes on. I'll hear not even the bars. I'll hear the music and be like, this is the song. So imagine now you have something pre-recorded and you went from A to Z, and all of us are like, wait, we were just bubbling. Now we got to run up and down. It doesn't work. Yeah, you got to transition.
True.
You got to transition properly.
I have a question. Now, as a DJ, you DJ many different parties. How do you feel the crowd out? Because, me, myself, I grew up in the 90s, going to hip-hop, underground parties, the after hours and stuff like that.
Shout out to Nas.
Those parties. So are you like, just like an artist has to be versatile, do you think a DJ also has to be versatile?
Yeah, we just asked that question.
Absolutely.
So you have to.
Absolutely. The more versatile you are, the more business you're going to get.
For sure.
Money in your pocket.
Right. Or
get the bag.
The more opportunities are out there for you.
Yes.
You should not just be playing for for us, by us.
Yes.
You should be able to pay for every
crowd.
That's what I'm saying. And when you ask if you ask the question, you should see the crowd and remember how they're dancing and if they're not dancing.
I agree.
And there's also going to be, I find too, I went to, I'm not going to name the party, but it was really, I go to it all the time. It's R&B and hip hop.
Yes.
That's
yes.
my thing.
I know which one you're talking about.
Okay. And the girls stand up in front of the DJ. And you know why? Because they like what he's playing.
Yes.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So once those girls leave, you doing something wrong.
Yes.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
It's true.
The girls
It's very
are going to be up in there dancing up themselves, because that's, you know what, you're playing tune.
Exactly.
I just told him, when I'm leaving sometimes from a place and I hear music, I go back and start dancing again.
Yes.
Because you have me engaged.
Yes.
You have me wanting more.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And you're a DJ. What's your name? Pick up yourself. Pick up your DJ name.
Me? I'm not a DJ. I'm not a DJ.
You're a DJ. I'm sorry.
No.
Okay, my bad.
I'm actually one of the correspondents on the D2E network.
Okay, got you.
Miss Unruly Pinky Lou.
Yeah. Right over there. I was opening them up for you.
Yes.
I was like, you don't have to say that. Just say thank you.
I appreciate it.
I'm all about the goddess energy.
Actually,
don't get it twisted.
Because as myself, I'm very versatile on my looks, so you might remember. But I was actually the first one to interview you before you even got hooked up with these guys.
Oh wow!
When we did the Black History over at the archives.
Oh, that's right. That's right. You know what it is? Okay, so I'm meeting you on days where my head is all over the place. So what happens is I do have what is it? Not photographic memory.
Yes.
But the problem is when I'm going through ish, and that night I was actually taken aback that night, to be honest
Yes.
with you. But yes, and then you came to the HipHop Festival.
Yes.
Again, I was stressed.
Yes.
And it's
Well,
fine.
listen,
It's fine.
we got you next year.
as an event planner, so I also do that too.
We got you next
I'm
year.
a Jill of all trades. So I understand where you're coming from with that, because when you're putting on events, people will come up to me and I'll be like,
microphone. Thank you.
hello, hi. You know, I have to be polite, but I cannot engage too much because I'm gotta take care of this person. I gotta take care of this person. I gotta be here. And I'm only one person.
That's it.
And I wanna be able to greet everybody, but everybody has their time and place. So I understand, and I never take it as an insult.
Thank you, and I apologize.
never take it. No, I never
All
take it
right.
as an
we
insult.
didn't take it.
I understand.
No,
Yeah.
I totally
Yes.
understand because
We loved
myself,
every
even
moment
that
of it.
day, I
Thank you
was
for that.
at an event the night before, so I went to your event. I was like, I can't miss it.
Thank
and
you for
I had to come and I had to do my job, and it's like, okay, let me just take a quick 1 hour nap in the car,
Okay.
and yeah.
So let's act like,
Wow,
wait,
really?
can I ask her a question? I want to ask her a real question.
Yes.
And because I know both of these guys, this is my good friend,
Yes.
DJ Rich Lynx in the background
Yes.
playing there.
I
Thank
actually-
you for playing
I
the
actually
music.
interviewed him. Interviewed him.
Thank you for playing the music as always.
Yes.
You, not that you're like, we don't know each other like that, and my bad, I didn't remember you.
It's
What
okay.
did you think about the HipHop Festival?
I thought it was great. I think that even location wise, it gave me that old school like barbecue kind of like music is flowing. It's like a family event.
Yeah.
Like I could bring my little ones and I
Yeah.
wouldn't feel like, oh my gosh, they're in trouble. I felt it's very family orientated. The way it was put together, great structure. The only thing that I would emphasize is more food vendors. More food
Yes.
vendors next year. That's
And
the
so I'm
only
going to
thing.
answer that.
Yes.
I'll answer that. But so what happened is this year, what affected me was when Bounty got announced unexpectedly.
Yes.
That took because I always say this: hip hop heads are reggae heads, and reggae heads are hip hop heads.
Yes.
And so that took away. But the thing is, this year I did try to do more like snacks, if that's
Yes.
better,
Yes. Yes.
because of the crowd that I had last year,
Right,
which
right.
was bigger. And you just said it. I had so many kids.
Yes.
So I was
Exactly.
more saying, you know what? If
Yes.
people bring their barbecue,
Yes.
you know what? Or you're bringing food. But yes, you're not the only person who's told me that.
Yeah. So
I will definitely
everything
take that
else,
away.
other than
Thank you
that,
for that.
everything else was properly done. And the setup of where the DJs were located, the accessibilities, everything was there.
Thank you. I
So
appreciate
setup.
it
that.
was yeah.
Definitely love the setup.
Yes, it was
Thank you.
well
I
put
appreciate
together.
that.
I definitely
Well
can
put
say
together. I also got to connect with a lot of vendors too. So that was great. Got to do a lot of networking. So yeah,
That's
I was
good.
very,
That's
very
really
impressed,
good.
very
I
impressed,
mean, that if that
very
helps
impressed.
you,
Yes,
that I'm happy for that, because I look at things as my success is yours and vice versa.
for sure, for sure.
As a set of people that unfortunately live amongst a lot of crap, and we have PTSD.
Mhm.
And I'm not getting into it, but I think how we are taught and how we work together is not always the best.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the crap.
It
in the
has to be
bucket
unteached.
mentality.
Certain things have to be unteached because what
part.
we and I
That's
always
evil
stress
laugh.
this because as somebody who does
Yeah.
their own pod, one thing I always stress to everybody is other communities can do it. The Indians can do it. The Chinese can do it. Every other community, the Jewish can do it. Why, as Black people, we cannot do it? Why do we have to hate on
We
each
got a
other
system that's
just
built
because
to take us
this
out.
person is more successful than you? Instead of hating, why don't we collaborate and find out why we can grow each other's
And
business?
you'll make more money.
I will make more money
Well, hell
this way,
yeah.
right?
Hell yeah.
Like you gotta come out of the box
Yeah.
and stop thinking, oh, this person's driving a Benz and I'm only driving a GMC.
Listen,
Well,
both cars get to A
Yes,
and
and
B.
thank you.
Yeah.
No, I'd rather drive the GMC because guess what? My oil change is going to be a lot less than yours.
Yeah.
My maintenance is a lot less than yours. And until I can get that maintenance to get that Benz, I'd rather drive what I can
And
drive.
you have something which is better than nothing.
Exactly.
But
So
let us digress and
Yes.
go back to
Yes.
the DJs.
yes.
Rich is playing some nice tunes right now.
Oh yeah.
And maybe you have a
Huge.
question about DJs.
So in regards to DJing, I think I did a lot with I did when interview.
Sorry.
When I interviewed Rich,
because it's original.
I
live
don't
right now.
remember
Like,
if I asked you, but how many years you been doing this?
Okay, so yeah. Okay, so you kind of came late, so I already answered that.
Hey!
I initially said 30. So, I mean 25, but it's
Hey!
actually 30. I started in the
30.
early 90s.
Wow.
Seriously, in the early 90s. I got
So you're
exposed
talking
to-
from the crates,
Yeah,
days.
the real crates.
Yes, the real
I
crates.
came from an era where I traveled on the bus with 5 crates,
How you mean?
2 record
Yeah.
players, a mixer.
Yes.
Okay,
I
came
came
Hold
from
on,
that
Bush,
era.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
that must
On
have been
the
a lot of
bus.
I love that.
like
I love
you
that.
didn't have to go to the gym, man. A lot of weight training right there.
For sure.
big facts.
For sure. And do you
Exactly.
do the DJ battles and all that too?
No.
You
I like we were saying again with that we were talking about
We did talk
it's
about
how
that
it's
too.
an art, right?
Yeah.
So
Yep.
it's not something that it comes easy. It's a
Right.
hard skill. So
Right,
you
right.
missed that part. Like I guess the greatest point that I made was to be one of those DJs.
Yes.
To be top 50 DJs, it's like being one of the top 20 master chef. It's like being one in a million on the NBA.
Yes.
Right? It's one of the million the people
Right.
that
Right.
it's you have to put the work
In to get to
and
that
the more
stage.
work you do,
Agreed.
the better you will be.
Right. For
I
sure.
put in my years, but I never focused on that. Right? I wanted to get the flavor. I want to be able to read the crowd. I want
Right.
to be able to mix it clean. I never had that touch, right? I never had the turntables at my expiration to do it every day, all day.
Right. So
Whereas
now,
somebody I know, DJ Scratch,
yes,
that's how he grew up.
yes,
You understand?
yes.
And that's why you pay him, and he deserves it.
Exactly.
More than you
He
understand?
deserves
Not to
his
say
flowers.
I don't,
He does.
but he brings such a special, and that's why he's one of my favorite DJs.
Yes, he is.
You understand?
He's a
Right?
and wicked
It's
DJ.
not just he's just accessible because hey,
Anybody can be a DJ.
Anybody can be a DJ. We're saying
We were even saying that earlier.
Somebody can do that.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
You're on Instagram and you're on social media, TikTok, and you just push a button.
Yeah.
That doesn't make you a DJ.
No, that's
No.
You're
not.
not entertaining
You're just
anybody.
playing music.
Like I
It's
said,
a
those guys, we
back-
need to coin a name for them.
Right.
Right now,
Hey.
Gen Beta and Gen Alpha will be calling them the trending DJs. And then people are going to incorporate that as good just because you're trending for pressing a button. That's not DJing.
Right,
No.
but we also have to let's look at also technology and
I agree with you.
And that
Yeah.
you know what I mean. I worked at Rogers when I had a corporate job and I worked at Rogers. I should have
Yeah.
said their damn name, but it's out. Anyways, I started out with God, what was it? An analog phone.
Okay.
And
Yes.
look where we're now. And
Yeah.
I mean, I went through the analog, then TDSB or whatever
Yeah.
it was called, and then it went to digital, and then it went like.
Yes.
I mean, so figure too that my point is going to you, which is push a button.
Yeah.
It-
That's what
Maybe
era. That's what era we're in
yeah,
right now.
and maybe it makes it easier for them. I don't know. They don't. You know what? Too. Remember, we were the kids that if you had West Indian parents that came here, or even if you came here as a child as a West Indian, bop bop. Next song. You know what? We grew up with some roughness, and then we
Yeah.
took time with our children and them showed them the same thing and kept moving forward.
True.
You're gonna get kids that are not going to maybe want to do as much work as we were shown.
Okay.
So technology, how you were raised,
Okay.
and if it's easier for them, then it's unfortunate because you're right. We should honor what the actual art is. It
Right.
is truthfully an art. It truthfully is
Yeah.
a skill. I
Yeah.
can sit here and I can tell you about music,
Yeah.
but I have to always go up there and ask Rich which button to turn down the music
Yeah.
because I have to compartmentalize. I can't be an MC, do this, do
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
event
yeah.
curator,
I
do
hear
this,
that.
do that, and
Oh.
then go up there and then touch. And another thing too, I don't want to. People out there, listen to me, eh? When a DJ is playing, do not touch their equipment.
Oh, that's like don't do that.
Come on,
Their
Lou.
Don't.
equipment.
That's like his number one rule. Do not
Wow.
touch the people
And
that.
don't go behind. If you
Yeah.
are not part of the promoters
Thank you.
or
Thank
the
you.
or the system or the
Thank you.
event, do not go behind.
Thank you. Do you know how annoying it is that
I have a huge rule about
Wow.
Ask Rich. Rich,
I
what is
go
my
to
rule for the hip hop festival?
No one
Are
touches
you?
the
Oh,
mic
I don't
but
think
you.
you. What is my? We're talking about going behind the DJ booth and touching people's equipment. What is
Oh.
one of my rules for the hip hop festival?
Don't touch it. No drinks.
No,
Yeah.
don't go behind.
Don't go behind. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
No liquids, no food, no nothing
And
you know
around the
why?
DJ equipment.
You know why?
Because it's electrical equipment.
That too, but you know why I don't like it? Because what happens is the groupies come,
Yep.
and
Thank
I
you.
call the groupies the boys and the girls.
Yep.
And what happens is they're
The
behind
boys,
the
them
DJ.
girls.
I'm paying money for a photographer, videographer
Wait,
to see mans them behind there. Man, I play a
Wait, wait,
phone,
wait, wait.
blah blah blah.
Can I intervene one more thing?
Blah blah.
Can I intervene
No.
one more thing?
Let the DJ play the music.
Can I intervene one more thing? Remember house party? Every time they be bumping the boom.
Yo,
Right.
stop
None of
bumping the
that.
table.
I have a story.
Bumping the
Can I tell a
table.
story
Stop
about that?
bumping the
Can
table.
I tell a story about that? Oh my god. Okay, so this is the 90s. And I used to go to New York City, not New York State, New York City. Let's get it straight.
Okay.
I know New York City before GPS. We were using Pearly Maps. That's how old I am.
Don't watch it.
Um,
Don't watch
I
it.
know about Pearly Map.
Hey,
Don't
oh,
watch it.
I'm
Yes.
giving the people the finger out
Right?
there
Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
because they like you an old head. No, I'm a triple OG. Get it straight.
Thank you.
Triple.
Hip-hop
Let him know.
alive.
Let him know. Let him know.
Facts.
And you're just to the point. I went to a party, and this guy asked me to dance somewhere in. I think I was either in Brooklyn or Queens, or maybe Manhattan. I can't remember. Went to a lot of parties at them times, and I did that. And me and the guy were dancing, and we bumped the thing, and the man goes to us.
Of course.
And I thought about house party, and I was like,
course.
we gotta leave.
Of course.
But I mean, real bunks up the man thing, eh?
Wow.
Party
Wow.
Oh my god!
That's why I just usually pick a
Party done.
corner by the back wall.
There
Just stick
was
there.
none because this is New York City, and down there, when you see how I love the party scene up here,
Mhm.
but the party scene down there, me and you as a woman, we are getting asked to dance.
Oh yeah.
There was no
Oh, yeah.
wall to dance on.
No.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
had to figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we went stupidly by the DJ booth and bunks up and literally skipped the record, the whole.
Right in the middle
So
of the
I
man's
have
movement.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about in the setup in the
sorry,
club.
not party center, house party. I'm thinking about party center, the club. No, a house party moment. My apologies.
Oh my God, party center! Now
Right.
you're really bringing us back. Oh
Oh,
shit!
that's my age.
Right?
That's my age.
Yeah,
But you know
like-
what? As you said, you grew up in the
Yep.
90s.
Yep.
We had an amazing time.
Oh man, those were parties.
There was no such thing as everybody's on their phones and their heads down and
Like-
they're tap, tap, tap,
Yep.
tap, tap.
Nowadays, it's all about when you go to parties. When I see it all the time, I see the girls selfie,
Yes.
Snapchat,
Yes.
selfie,
Yes.
Snapchat, Snapchat,
Yes.
Snapchat,
Yeah.
Snapchat this,
Live
Snapchat that.
Instagram.
Why are we not enjoying yourself?
Yes.
That you not just come out of the, and to me, I always say this and I always encourage, like I got a teenage daughter and I tell her, you're not living your life for social media. You're living your life for
Yes.
you. So who cares
That part.
what the people them on social media are doing
Yeah.
or what they think or what? Listen, at the end of the day, your real friends will never care what is going on social media if they're
Or
your real
no,
friends.
I always say this, that social media is fake, and I don't mean it in a disrespectful way. You can have businesses, you can be an influencer, as you're saying, if that's what you want to do. But you just said it. Your friends are real in a real life.
Exactly.
And those are the experiences that you want to have, and tape them, take a picture, but go back and start jumping around and acting a fool, and do, as I always say, do no harm.
yes.
Like I'm in the I may not be the girl that's in front. I'm not gonna be the girl in front of the DJ bouncing around, but guaranteed you will see me in the club jumping around like I'm 25
Yep.
and I pay for it for the next day. That's why I only do day parties. But
I feel you on that. I feel you on that.
I will actually go and have a good time and just enjoy myself because, you know, to quote Drake, YOLO, for real.
Yep.
You only live once.
Yep.
It may sound cliche, may sound stupid,
But
I don't
it's
care,
real.
but it's real. And
It-
you're right about social
Yeah,
media.
it goes
A
just back to
DJ,
what
going
you're.
back to a DJ, you could be a DJ, and that's good for you on social
Yes,
media.
yes.
So
Like,
Sorry.
I got a little question. You're gonna have to answer, but it's for the DJ.
Sure.
All right, it is for the DJ, but you're gonna answer it after.
This
the
for you,
DJ.
Rich.
He's listening. Trust me, on. He's been doing this thing for over 30 something years. I asked the DJ, another one of my friend DJs, I asked him the same kind of question. So I'm gonna ask you the same thing. I hope you give me a different answer. So since Hip Hop Festival TO, right, put on their show once a year, they say by fluke the situation changed. Not to say that she's moving the location of her thing, but she's getting an extra location. We'll just say it's Sankova Square. They used to be called on that square, right? Sankova Square now?
Yeah. Thank you for not calling it the other name. Sankofa, people. Sankofa.
So I'm just saying, as a DJ now, since you were at one venue, you already know the vibe with her, and you know how the running is. You now get the opportunity to take this to that platform. My question to you, DJ, how do you approach DJs that don't have a clue about the festival and explain to them how to conduct themselves going forward? Because like, I know a lot of DJs that do clashes. I know a lot of DJs that do production. And when we walked in, I swear you guys were already talking this stuff. So I don't want to reiterate the question. But I asked this question to the DJ originally because a lot of people don't realize that as something as what you guys did at Downsview, right? I'm sorry, not Downsview.
Morningside Park. Morningside Park.
Sorry.
Big up Scarborough.
Big up Scarborough.
Yep, go on.
That the way it would take for you to go about it to get done that square now, I would believe it's easy, but there's people in charge of that. And they okay stuff. I already know the mannerism. But for a DJ who happened to already know the date, he's going in there. He's a vet already. He's a vet. That's why I'm asking him this question. He's a vet already. How do you tell an up and coming DJ that's like, yo, this is my first time? What do you say to that DJ? Do you tell it like? How do you tell it? Do you tell him your experiences with the moment before, or you tell him, hey, straight up, it's my first time here too. Let's have some fun.
I would just tell them, yo, come as yourself. Come creative, come clear-minded.
Yeah.
Right? You know, if I have to say that pause shit, sure, whatever. But no, but really and truly,
okay.
At the end of the day, come as yourself. Come what you practice with. Pretend that you're at home and you're just having fun. Zone out.
Thank you.
I like
zone
that.
out.
I like that.
I was
answer.
hoping to get that.
I like that.
The more you can free
DJ.
up, the more you are. You know what? At the end of the day, let me get slack with it.
Okay.
For real.
With your girl, and you love your girl, and you're doing your thing to your girl. When you zone out, and that's the best time of your fucking life, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Right?
Yes, it
so
is.
why isn't your music your girl?
Good.
People like to make that joke. Oh, your fingers this, your fingers that. But you know what?
I like that.
It's not even about my fingers because at the end of the day, my fingers is doing the same thing to my girl, and I love her just the same.
I love that answer. I love that answer.
Metaphor.
I love that answer.
Metaphor, yeah.
Let your fingers do the talking.
talking.
Let your fingers do the talking.
Yeah.
You see, I always say music is therapy, right?
Absolutely.
Now the
It
DJ
saved
there,
my
yeah,
life.
yeah, hold the music, yeah, play
Yeah,
the
but
music,
he's
yeah,
vibing.
speak some therapy right there, so you
Yeah.
see?
It saved my life. Absolutely. I think music is.
I have a next question for the DJ.
Yeah.
And also, you guys might Ness will also, both of you guys can answer this question. When it comes to promoting parties, who do you guys think brings the crowd? The DJ or the promoter, or both?
Yeah.
So I'm going to talk about the 90s and say that at that time it was both.
Thank you.
Because you had sound crews
Thank you.
that they did all the promoting, and
Yep.
then you worked with somebody like Ron Nelson,
Thank you.
if that makes sense.
Yep.
But right now, I think it's the DJs, to be honest with you, because they're the ones playing the music.
For real.
I mean, I'm a promoter too.
Yeah.
Now I want you to come, not because I'm telling you to come, but because the DJs are going to be there, and this is the
Exactly.
theme, and this is the event, and this is blah,
Right.
blah, blah, blah. As you know, as curators, right? We're gonna
Exactly.
make it a certain way, but it's even the festival. The festival, to be honest with you, is not about me. It's about the culture.
For sure.
That's
for
why
sure.
I
I
love
am
you.
I'm the person who speaks, but that's it. Sorry.
That's why I love you for
Okay,
it.
let me tap
Yeah.
in on that.
Yeah.
Being one of her DJs, I know exactly where she comes from.
Yeah.
Yes, being one of her DJs, doing one
Right.
of her events,
Right.
coming to one of her niches
Yeah.
thing.
Right.
Yes, it's on the DJs as well as the promoters,
Okay.
right? Because we have to get the word out. We have to get our people.
Yeah.
Every DJ
Yeah.
has to get our people. The
Yeah.
promoter has to get our people. Then
So
our
both.
people get their people, and then their people get their people.
Yeah,
But if
it's
you're
word of
talking
mouth.
about a regular everyday weekend,
Yes, that's what I mean.
there
Like,
is way too many DJs to expect that expectation on the DJ. It's
yes.
hard for one DJ to get everybody to come out that Saturday night because they're playing. Get
Oh,
20
I
to
was
50
more
people to
talking
come.
based on popularity. Yeah.
Yeah.
And th-
Not,
and th-
not
and
the
th-
promotional
No,
side.
no,
you
but
know what I mean?
That's just that's another level.
Yeah.
Now, how
Yes.
serious
Oh,
is that
yes.
DJ taking
But
Yeah.
you're
that
taking
business?
it somewhere else.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Right?
Yeah, yeah,
because you'll have certain DJs that are known
yeah.
for certain parties,
Yes.
right? Like for example, DJ Snoopy is a DJ,
Right.
but he's now also become other things from just becoming a DJ. So people take their craft and elevate it.
That
Some
is-
people
That's
that's
what we were
just
talking about earlier.
stick to just being DJs,
You
or
have to pivot.
you go more. You know, like he said earlier, best metaphor is like an NBA player. Sometimes you make the cut or you don't.
Yeah.
You know, you're in this. There's 40 other DJs there that can all spin, but what makes you different?
Well, he
from
just said it earlier. If you like scratch,
yes,
right?
I love scratch.
he started in the 90s.
Yes.
We used to go party on Kennedy Road there.
Yup.
Okay. So this is to show you what he's done, but he's a businessman. As Jay-Z
Mhm.
said, I'm not a business, I'm a businessman,
Mhm.
right? And he took that to a level,
It's true.
right? And so if you're gonna do that, as Rich said, this exact same thing. It's not that he doesn't deserve it, but you need to also, if you're looking for money, then you need to pivot. If you're not and
Yeah.
you're doing it for love, that's totally different,
Exactly.
right?
Exactly.
So and he also is right. Like I think we're all saying basically the same thing. I do have a niche. Like I am in the hip hop world. I call myself a hip hop head, but also a connoisseur.
Okay.
Because it's not just the music I like. So I'll give you an example. I went to a hip hop, the flyers over there, but I went to a hip hop festival in Oshawa.
Right.
I was hired
So-
to do a job, and it was really good. Made some money, which was really nice. Big up to Tanika Insights. Big up, big up.
Yep.
Yes.
And I'll say this, like, the culture there is, first of all, alive and well. And I'm glad that there is other hip hop festivals so that you can experience it all in different ways. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So, oh God, what were we talking about?
So we're talking about the DJ.
Lost
No.
the point.
No, you didn't lose it. We
No,
kind of segued,
didn't.
and this is how.
Yeah, we were going so.
No.
You know,
The
We were-
answer of the question was both right on both sides.
yes.
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 From the
we're
DJ
talking
and the
promoting.
planner
Promoting.
Promoting.
So
Yeah.
with that being said, I would say, like you said, you're a hip hop head. I've always loved hip hop, but dancehall's been my first love. It's always been my first love. I was always like,
Oh, sorry to interrupt you. I go to concerts. I actually learn things about hip hop. Like I could tell you if people still have Little Kim's album. Remember how we used to? What was it called when you read inside the album?
the
Not the intro. It was.
The credits, the
No. When remember we were buying
big ups?
the CDs back in the day, and
Yeah.
the artists
Yeah.
would go in like
the big ups.
I don't know if it's called big ups.
Like
Like they're saying like who inspired them, who they
They talk about any and everything.
yeah like
Yeah.
it's not really
It's-
a biography.
Yes, it's all of that.
It's a bit
both.
of it. Like
It's
they're
both.
thanking this person, that
an old
person.
school
It's a lot of
press
thank yous and
Yes.
stuff like that.
It's
But my
an
point is,
old school
I would love
press-
who has Little Kim's first album.
Yeah.
When I read that portion there, how she was pregnant for Biggie. And she wrote about this. And a lot of people, like, this is how glad I was happy and excited to get a CD that I read from back to front. And she talked about having a kid for Biggie and she couldn't have it at this time and she needed to have abortion. Then I started reading things like, for instance, she's partly Trini.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Same with Cardi
Yeah.
and same with Nicki Minaj.
Yeah.
People are
Yeah.
like, no, Cardi isn't. Cardi's mother is a full-born Trinidadian woman. All right. And I don't understand why them two are fighting. It's so stupid. And I don't want to talk about it.
And the next, no, I'm gonna say one thing about this.
Sure.
If you're gonna be fighting, don't be bringing in the children. Okay? Don't be bringing the
That's
children
a
in
good
this
part.
shit. Don't be doing that.
That's bad.
Oh, wait.
If we're gonna touch on the Nicki and Cardi situation, just
No.
quickly.
No.
Nikki brought up her daughter.
No.
Nikki
Can
brought
we
up
kill
her
that
daughter,
right now?
and yeah, do not.
Let's
You
kill
see,
that
when
right
big people argue, you cannot bring children into the argument because those
absolutely.
are fighting words.
Okay.
I will.
Okay.
I'm a child. I'm a mom.
So
And
it
if
touches
me and you was arguing,
Don't
don't bring my kid into it because that's fighting words.
Okay.
That's
So
right.
let's
Keep it pop.
digress.
I
again.
wanted to say what you were saying earlier, you know, like having the event like you know, at a different place in Oshawa and all of that and everything. We need this more for the infrastructure
Absolutely.
for the city and all of that. I have to say for
Absolutely.
sure, because on the real, why I'm bringing this up, because I brought this up in a different pod before. The stigma of hip hop, the other stigma, the violence and all of that. You know what I mean? Like, say for instance, something happened at one venue, and then after someone is gonna have something next week, they cancel it. The venue owner cancel it because they're afraid to have violence at
so
their.
that's a little twofold. You have to realize that as a community, we have the wall stacked against us.
Yeah.
From
Because
day
of
one.
stereotypes, being bigotry,
The system.
racism,
The system.
all of them, right? And so he's saying the system, which is fine, but I'm just saying to you that that's in itself a concern. The other thing we have to look at within our own community is that we were brought up and taught up, and whatever words you want to say, that unfortunately we do have PTSD, and the littlest things frighten us. Look at what happened at Afrofest. Do you know what I mean? And like, honestly, we have to also as a community come there with vibes, #vibes, and nothing else. As a Trinidadian, I was growing up in a way where when you went to a party, it was liming and having fun, not fighting. And you step and like you're looking to argue with the next girl, or man them is showing off as you're saying. Like, who cares? Come and listen to the DJ that is playing. Going back to the DJ, the music. And guess what? You're gonna have a good time. So that's another thing that again is also the other piece I want to speak about is the system, as he said, that you incited certain lyrics because lyrics were not born the way hip hop did not come with all these lyrics until maybe the later 80s and then the 90s. Now, from Little Kim to whoever, and I'm not saying they're artists.
You mean when it went from MCing to rap?
Right, and we have to look at that too.
I'm sorry, folks. We're keeping it real hip hop here for those who don't understand.
Look at it.
All right, we got to keep it real hip hop.
Exactly.
MCing turned into rapping.
But also,
Yeah, of
we
course.
talked about different things, and the system, as he said, also incited a lot of it. And
Wait,
was
but
okay.
Let me clarify for the folks who don't know where I'm coming from on this, all right? This is what I'm saying. There are pieces that we would call clubs, lounges, bars. Okay, folks? These things get closed down because business slows down depending on what brings business there. And like like you said, Ness, the DJ and a promoter, those are what kept businesses alive. Because a guy like me who went to the Velvet Underground to see someone else perform there can't now look at my other artists like a Warzone or a Kimmy B
Right.
or Saltisha or any, even the Julie Black. I would have to ask her personally, have you got to perform at the Velvet Underground? And I bring this up as a DJ because I feel this is part of the system. Like the rock guys get 20, 30, 50 venues built. One shot. And they get all the work. And then there's DJs that could fill that venue. There's artists that are building up their thing and they can't get in that venue. They need Tom, Bill, Eric, Jason. Let me go on. They can't go and get Shamik. They can't call Bill Chiqua. They can't call Jawan or my favorite.
Well, that's why I
Tyshawn.
said it's a lot of things that we deal with.
We need to change the system.
Yeah, but we also are part of the problem.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm
Right?
not
So,
going to
but
say
we're
we're
also
perfect.
fighting the system. And then you're right. Instead of, as you were saying earlier, investing in each other and building an
And building
entertainment
together.
company,
Look-
infrastructure
look at Phoenix
that
right
does
now.
all of that.
You know, the young generation doesn't even think Phoenix exists. When
That
you-
what doesn't exist?
the
Sorry.
club Phoenix
The what?
doesn't exist.
Oh, yeah.
Phoenix.
Oh,
So right now, I'm trying to question all the big
What?
promoters in the city because I'm a hip hop head, right?
Wait.
I'm a
Hold on.
hip-hop
No.
head.
You gotta rewind a little
Yes.
bit.
So the little kids.
Yes.
So you know the ones that do the all ages. My mom is outside waiting on me. I'm going home afterwards. The DJs can't play no music with swearing in it and
Hold on. So you're saying that they
The Phoenix.
they don't know
the
about
Phoenix.
or they don't
The Phoenix.
believe it?
Up in Canada, you can drink, right? At legal age of 18, right? So you're 19, 18, whatever. You're gonna tell me in 1918 right now, if you said, "Hey, where are you going on a Friday, Saturday night?" They're never gonna tell you the Phoenix.
Because they don't know, or they're
Promotion
not
for
aware
the
of it.
promotion of the Phoenix is stuck on the same rotation that the government, aka Rebel, aka all our seem to be. Like I like history for only one reason: they do good business, and I think we need more hip hop.
No,
people.
they don't. That's another one that does not let in
that,
people.
this is another
The
topic.
first-
This is
the first soca concert was at history, and that was a problem.
this would be another topic
Exactly.
to talk about
That
on
goes
another
back into
pod.
the
I'd like to get back to the
promotion,
DJ. And I
Let's go
got
back to
I got
DJ.
a question for the DJ here.
Okay.
Cool,
Like
cool.
on the real, like how important it is for a DJ to be busting out an artist, like you know what I mean? Like they're not known, but they want their their records on on the play. Like the DJs to be playing it and
That's a
stuff
good
like to
question.
bust them out. You know what I mean? Isn't that a very important thing for the DJs to bust out an artist besides radio and all of that?
Well, that's one thing that was put on a DJ. Like, yeah, you got to play the artist, but you got the crowd has to hear the song.
Thank you.
So the only who's gonna play the artist?
Can I ask
But
a
now,
question?
wait.
No,
There's
your
still a
question,
DJ
Raz.
on the radio.
Your
I
question.
know, but now but it comes back to like the DJ becoming a producer and all of them things there, so they must have an ear and all of that. So if an artist come to you with their tracks and all of that, you have to judge it if you're gonna play it or not. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
because
what you have to be
because
real.
your
That's what I was gonna
reputation
ask.
Exactly.
your reputation's on the line too.
Exactly.
Right?
Hold on. Are you talking about supporting new artists or just artists in general?
No, like a new artist.
There's a difference
Okay.
in me signing an artist
Mhm.
and me being on a radio show and you coming through the
let's-
door and
let's-
saying,
yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I was about
Yeah,
to say.
that's
You should
it.
clarify the question
Absolutely.
better.
Right.
Absolutely.
The question can get clarified a
Absolutely.
little bit better
Right.
because
Because that's why I said, are you supporting somebody? That's what I thought of.
Yeah.
If this person walks in, if I was a DJ, I'm not playing your music. I gotta hear it.
Now, for
It's like me
instance,
hiring
now
somebody for the DJ
now it's a
festival.
new artist what's busting you've been hearing about, and they've been fluttering and all
Oh,
that,
if
but
they have a buzz.
you never got a chance to play their thing yet. You're just
If they have a
the
buzz,
first time,
yeah, if they
that
have
kinda
a
thing,
buzz,
like-
if they come walking through the door, if they have a buzz,
that too.
then
Yeah.
absolutely.
hmm
You know what I'm saying? It's like someone comes in and you guys have no idea who that is, and I say,
Okay, I'm gonna give an example.
Hawaii Mighty walks through the door or something like that. You guys, for whatever
Okay.
reason, don't know who she is.
Right.
You go straight to my box and play it too.
I have
for
a
her.
lot of
Oh, yeah.
DJs
You understand?
asking me
Yeah.
to play at the HipHop Festival.
Go on.
And let me tell you something. I gotta hear you play.
Yeah.
I'm not. You're not playing at my HipHop Festival the
But
day
it's-
of.
It's almost like a job interview, right?
it's
Absolutely.
You have to go.
It's a
You have to
work.
go. I got a
Absolutely.
pre.
Worse. A
100%.
job, you can find a new job. You screw up in
100%.
hip hop, you're done.
No, and it's not that. You can screw up. Listen, we are not failures. Let's talk about this for just a second.
Go
The
on.
event isn't a failure. So that's number one. Right? I understand.
No, not
I
the
understand.
event.
But I'm just showing people, listen, when you fail, it's okay, man. Because
Yeah, I
it's about
believe
the
it.
event. But what I'm telling you is that you can't come to my hip hop festival the day of. I'm trying to give an
Yeah,
example.
that's what I
and
wanted to
play
point out.
Music.
That's
and I
what I
never
wanted to
heard
point
you
out.
play a tune
Yeah.
because I have an ear for music and I know who to play, who not. I even listen.
Shit, I loved
No
every DJ
offense
there.
to my last year DJs, but I had to reduce the amount of DJs and I had to go through the roster and truly pick
Thank
who is
you.
the best.
Thank you again.
And nothing wrong with that.
One of my favorite DJs that's not a Canadian, but he's one of my favorite DJs. I got to meet him in real life and take a picture with him. Thank you for making that happen.
Who?
DJ Mo Better.
Oh my God.
Mo Better.
Are you serious?
Mo Better. Yeah, when me and him got to talking, when
Listen.
me and him got to talking, he was looking at me like I was stalking his ass. Because I'm sitting there thinking, man's from Chicago area. He told me some background information. I was like,
Yeah,
that's
he
why I
is.
felt like that. Oh,
Yeah, is.
like, yeah, but this is where I'm from. Right?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh,
He
dude,
is a Scarborough kid. I've known him since I was like 7 years old.
dude
We've
is
known each other since we were not
mixtapes.
little.
No,
boys.
I get where you're coming from. Like,
Yo,
Culture.
him-
Wait a minute. Hold on before you ask.
yeah.
Wait a minute. How do you know him and what?
From music, from
Okay,
him
so
just
you-
dropping mixtapes on tapes.
Okay, my
On
gosh.
tapes
Okay.
Before he went to CDs.
Yeah,
Before
yeah.
my American relatives are like, yo, my DJ's better than your DJ. Who's your DJ? DJ Clue? DJ so-and-so? DJ Mo Better. Oh, I know that guy. He's up here in Canada. No.
Yeah. And remember when I told you about the 90s and I used to go
I-
to New York? I used to stay
I-
at that man's house.
Yo,
For real,
And
for
stay-
real.
Thank you for
but go with your question.
thank you
For
so
real.
much for allowing me to meet one of my DJs.
No
They say
problem.
you're not
No
supposed
problem.
to meet your heroes. I say when whatever surrounding you
If
meet your
you guys
heroes
want
are,
me to bring him here, I could get him
come
here.
through.
So
yeah.
I was
Not
just
a
going
problem.
to I was
Oh,
just
yeah.
going to elaborate
Oh,
on
yeah.
what you said that
That's
Oh, yeah.
not a problem.
right.
DJ X, DJ Grunge, DJ Law. I could keep
Yeah.
going, man.
Sorry. What were you saying, honey?
So I was just going to elaborate on what you were saying in regards to mistakes, because
Yeah.
there's no failures when
True.
it comes to music.
True.
You make a mistake and you learn from it.
That's
True.
it.
You know, you
True.
can't fail. You never can fail, especially when it's your talent.
Right.
You know,
That's why it's
you
an
might
event.
get on a
Mhm.
stage and that crowd wasn't feeling you, but that shouldn't discourage you.
Right.
You know,
Work harder.
You
It's the
just gotta
Canadian
push
model to
more
get
and
booed and
get
back
yourself out there. And you gotta realize, what is Toronto known as? Screwface
Face
capital.
Damn right.
So people that go
that thing.
screw-
I
I hate it too.
I hate it too, but
hate it.
It is
But
what it is.
we got a
Don't say
Julie,
it.
a
Don't
Cardi,
even say
a
it
Drake.
anymore.
We got so
Stop saying
Keisha Shante. We got
Stop
so many
saying
great.
it.
But
Julie,
we have a lot of
I hate
talent.
it. I hate it.
We have a lot of talent that
Kate,
does not get
Daniel.
seen or heard.
He was at the festival when I
Yeah.
worked at. Yeah,
Yeah.
he performed.
like I
Same
said,
with
man.
Big up Keisha Fresh. Big up
Yes,
Mel
Keisha
Boogie.
Fresh. That's
Mel
Yes.
Boogie was
she's-
fire.
Yeah, man. Yo,
Yes.
always. She's
Oh
dope.
yes.
She's
so
dope.
This festival had way more performances. I focus on DJing,
Mhm.
and so I am. Let me tell you, I probably fell in love with the DJ before I fell in love with the artist. Because
For
real.
remember, if you think
For
about
real.
Yeah.
it, it was DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince.
Yes.
It was.
Hey.
It was.
Eric B. and
Yeah,
Rakim.
Rakim.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you. Understand. So there's hip hop
Yeah.
in itself showing that the DJs were the one who
Blueprints.
started the music,
Blueprints.
and they're
yeah.
the ones who not started. I'm just saying in regards to playing the music and had that crowd rocking.
Exactly.
And then
They
carried
start the
up,
party.
and as you're saying, we became MCs. Sorry, go ahead.
You know, if you're not
Yeah.
a good DJ, then like the DJ is what makes the party.
That's
You
it.
know, if you can't play, that party's gonna. I
Oh.
went to
People
that
are gonna
party
cuss.
last night.
Yeah,
and
it
oh my
sucked.
god! Like,
I just
oh,
want
man.
more venues
Yo.
to be more open to hip hop. So young, up and coming hip hoppers that I can honestly say can rock a stage.
No, there's a lot of. Let me
Can-
tell you, there's a lot of showcases.
Oh, showcases are showcases, but I want those Budweiser Stadium, even though I don't know what is that. You know what I
Or
mean?
you're more saying that we
Sky
need.
Dome. I want
we
organizers that are pure like
Yeah, yeah.
yourself
Okay,
to build the community. Because the only way that works is for you guys to build your community.
got you.
Where you guys have your
Got you.
chefs
Got
to
you.
feed the DJs and the artists.
yeah.
It
There's
is
a
what it
space
is.
for them.
Yeah, because right.
DJs.
Yeah, because
Okay,
right
got
now
you.
my biggest problem is we have the Scotiabank Arena, and if Drake doesn't say, "Hey, let's do something for the people," nothing gets done, and I don't like that. I like
Again,
when it's
the system.
yeah,
You have to
girl.
understand. You have to understand that we can borrow the venues, but we have to learn how to
Own them.
and own them. But
We just gotta
also,
start owning them.
and then
no
the
more
next
renting
thing,
them.
and the next thing too. Yeah, but the thing with now you're in a different.
Yeah.
Now you're a
I
different,
know.
exactly.
Because the property taxes that you
Oh
have
my
to deal
god!
with, you can't have this on the land, that on the
On the
land. Let me
land,
tell
yep.
you, when I go through Parks and Rec to do the festival,
I know.
and I don't have bouncy councils.
Yeah.
I have nothing except DJs. The hell I go through.
Yeah.
So imagine somebody owning some property. I'm not discouraging people. I'm just saying that person
it's
has
a
to
lot.
have acumen.
Because guess what? As an event planner, the permits that you have to get for certain parties.
Yeah.
For example, I just did an event. I wanted a bouncy castle. For liability reasons,
Yep.
I cannot have it. Now, if I want to do a private event and have one, that's fine. But if it's a
Oxymoron.
public, But if it's public, I can't have it there.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Oxymoron.
so basically, why don't I just say it's private but it's really for the, you know what I mean? Like,
but
there's a loophole.
Yeah, but what he's saying is that I know what you're saying. On a deeper level, as a community, we need to start owning things.
Yeah.
But there are spaces out there, so I'm going to talk about. I'm going to big up some spaces right now.
Thank you.
So the Smith House.
Yes,
That's
we were there.
owned-
We were there.
That is owned by the
times.
incomparable
Yeah.
and the legendary Carl Allen.
Yes.
And he is one of these promoters that for you guys that are going to parties now, they set up the scene in Toronto. Him, Ron Nelson, and there's a bunch of other men that I've been learning about. I'm sorry if I don't remember your names, but you guys were a part of it because I went to those parties. So what you're going through, what he did is he, as I said throughout this podcast, he pivoted. He came out the music, he came out the DJ, and he still DJs because he was there when the night of the Flyers.
Yes.
AGO.
And I thanked him.
Sorry. Yes, exactly.
Because he remembered me from Smith House.
Right. So he owns the Smith House. Thank you again, Carl. I was working with a nonprofit, and I asked him for the space, and he gave it to us.
Nice.
So there is spaces out there. The other one,
Rich.
Do you remember the ones we did last year on Wednesdays? It was called, was it called the basement or the attic?
Oh,
Queen.
The cottage.
No, not the cottage. It's on Queen. Oh my God! You know what?
I know
I'll tell
the
you in a
place you're talking.
second.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I'll tell you guys in a second.
I think it is. I think you're right. It's called the attic.
I'm just saying. All right. I just got one more to add. I'm just saying.
Go ahead.
The only reason why I'm bringing up the Velvet Underground is because it's supposed to be shut down by November.
Oh.
Why?
Obviously, they don't want to give it to our skin color to run it and own it.
No. When you
But
own
why?
when you own a venue and you don't rent to others, you're losing money.
Exactly.
So it's not about that.
So-
Why are they
So-
shutting down?
I would look at it like this. Give it to me.
You have to have money.
Why can't I use it to make my money?
The thing
Because
is- okay.
So let me show you something.
More red tape
Okay.
in hip hop.
So
No.
it's not even
You
that.
can't tie the two together.
It's not even that. It's called.
If we
When
have
people
it, we
give
would
their-
tie it
okay,
together, but we don't
Look at
have
it as like this, and I get where you're coming from. Give it to you. Yeah, I love to give it to you, and I love for them to give it to me also. But I have to look at this aspect. I have to be able to show them that I can bring them residuals back on their investment. So I'm saying, yeah, give me the property. Okay, so in a year's time, how much money are you gonna be bringing me back? So, and the only reason I can speak like this is business.
Right.
When it
But the
comes
other
to
thing is-
business,
Are you giving me the property?
No. Listen, you got to.
do I own the property to give it to you?
Obviously, I don't own the
No,
property.
you brought this up, so I'm going to say this to you. Another thing you got to look at is that if you are a businessman, then you would do things like get grants and do the things or an investment.
Yep.
That's it. So we're going to move on from that because at the end of the day, you're right. We do need to own properties. There is another one. I found it. Big up to Black Space Studios. This is at 1188 Queen Street West. And this is another space that is actually fire because they not only do they have a rooftop and it's upstairs, they actually have studio space.
Okay.
Are you?
Well.
Oh, it's on Queen.
Yeah,
by Dufferin.
1188.
But it's,
Girl, I don't know down
I
now.
think it's like Dufferin and Queen area. Yes.
I'm not sure.
It's like Queen
She already put the
Ossington.
address out there, so let's not sit here and try to figure it out. when
Yes, I know
the
where it is.
address
I know where it
out
is.
there, right?
Yeah,
I know where it is.
So there's that, and there
Yes.
is a few other spaces. I'm sorry that I don't remember the names, but
Hey, for the
I
next
mean, at
time,
the end of the day,
next
there
time it's
are.
all good.
I would say this. I'm going to say this to you that if you want a space for DJs, the art of hip hop, all
Hip
the
hop,
elements,
just hip hop, all the other.
and then you have then you have artists. Start a nonprofit, and then when you start the nonprofit, now you can go to businesses and you can say, I have a nonprofit. Would
Right.
you be interested? We're doing this for the community, the youth. Could you give us the space for a few hours? Do you get what I mean? And then
Exactly.
from there you build, and then you start looking for applications of grants. And you're right. If you're in a space that you can buy the Velvet Underground or even the Phoenix,
Even better.
then you have to start from somewhere.
Yes.
It starts with either getting your, whether you're buying it out of your pocket, saying, I'm going to own this property and I'm going to deal with it. but you can't just rent to us. You have to make sure you're
You rent it
using
to everybody.
because money doesn't have no color. But
Ah.
unfortunately
I'm about
for
that.
us, you are right to using venues for us because we are stereotyped does hinder or lacks any empathy because
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah.
sympathy everybody has.
Yep.
Empathy is completely different.
Hell
So
yeah.
just to touch on that a little, when it comes to there's no color when it comes to money.
Yeah.
It's also with music too,
Right.
because right now we're living in a multicultural city, and we got Indians doing hip hop. We
Yep.
got Chinese doing hip hop.
And DJing
We
too.
got everybody's
You are
doing
right.
it, and
They're
so
not getting the same fight though.
no, they will not. They're getting a worse
They're not-
fight.
They're not getting the same fight though.
They're
you
getting a
see-
worse fight.
Hip hop, the culture, is built from struggle. So none of these people that are involved in hip hop can talk to me if I can't hear their hip hop. Just like you said, you can't jump on my show if I don't see you DJ. So at the end of the day, to every individual who loves hip hop, who has their Wu-Tang, who has their Method Man or whatever,
Mhm.
whoever you follow, whoever you like, there's a
Mhm.
reason that person's tone and pitch brought you in. Now I look at it like Bob Marley. Music's
Don't
for
worry,
the
don't worry.
people.
Leave it.
So I would hope, regardless if it's Phoenix or if it's any of these open spaces, it still be open to music, period. I would love to say that, yeah, you know what? I want to rock this stage and that stage and that stage. Now I'm looking at it like, hey, let me go find Ron or Alan and be like, hey, can you guys guide me a little bit? Because
They will.
if I do it by myself, young artists, my temperament is going to further hip hop. Listen, I believe rock stars are rock stars. They kick over and break stuff all the time. That's their energy. Hip hop's built from the struggle, pain. Someone felt some pain. Poetry came from that same type of pain. I think if we can respect the pain, because pain does hurt. These business people who are lucky enough to have children are like, hey, Dad, I'm going to take over your club. Let's not mash that up now, guys. Please, because look at Eglinton West. I grew up thinking it was black owned.
Nope.
Let's not have that happen to
No,
hip hop
no.
for us.
It's
'Cause it's
owned by
hip-hop.
a
Well,
bunch of
that's why I have a hip hop festival.
Thank you.
right.
That's one of the reasons I want
Right.
to make sure that that is to be respectful to us, for us, by us, all of that good
Yep.
stuff. But the other piece is passing on the
John
baton.
Baton. Yeah.
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
have to pass the baton on.
Thank
You have
you.
to show them where it came from to where it's going, and the change is going to be inevitable.
Oh,
So
hell
that's
yeah.
the thing. Going back to what you're saying, if you want to really, it's like DJs. Listen, going back to using Scratch again, he
Yep.
did things business wise,
Nothing wrong with that.
and it's or even let's use Baby Blue. I literally saw something
Oh.
on
Nothing wrong with that
Instagram.
either. Nothing wrong with
Okay, I
that too.
saw something on Instagram about some huge party that took place in Miami back in the 90s.
Yeah.
And they talked about different DJs
Yep.
and different, because it was all, and this DJ snuck in and he finessed everybody
Yeah.
by playing, and it was like a black Chinese thing.
Yeah.
But then he mentioned Baby
Baby
Blue.
Blue.
And I was like, oh, hold
Chinese
on.
assassin.
Right.
Chinese
And
assassin.
I was like, wow.
Yes.
So they were able to take the business and move it forward in a way that helped them. I just met another DJ. I'm not going to say his name. We were talking about grants and stuff, and he literally just got 50,000.
See,
So that's what I'm saying. That if you're gonna do that and then invest in yourself, or even as a DJ, you have to take the time to work at it. And work doesn't mean just scratching. Work means that you may have to take a course.
Yeah.
You may have to go and talk to people,
Yeah.
as she mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
You network. You put
Yeah.
yourself
Network.
out there.
exactly.
I didn't know what I was doing, but somebody came to me, big up DJ Mo Betta, and he's
Yeah.
the one who said
That's my
we
dude.
should do a hip hop festival.
That's
And that's
the dude.
how this started, and it
that
went.
dude
It just grew.
organically.
That
Heard it
part.
through the
and
music.
it goes to what you
Organically.
said earlier,
And
Vito,
it's
with in
DJs.
regards to hip hop is about the struggle,
Yeah.
right? So not every person who's Indian are non-black.
Yeah.
In that case,
Yeah.
they went through a struggle.
Yes.
But that's why they're there.
I'm mixed breed.
But that's what they're there
Okay.
for.
On half of my side, my mama's white. The other side, my dad is black.
DJ.
Right? And you would think that my mama, who's white, would be the one that would be the upper hand and have the money, but it's the opposite. It's actually my dad, right? So you can't say that because you're black, you go through a struggle. Everybody in their own way will go through a struggle, no matter their race, right? The Indians go through their. Everybody has their own struggle. So at the end of the day, like she said, like Anessa said,
Yeah.
there's no color when it comes to money.
Right.
So the same thing when hip hop, same thing in the industry. There's no color when it comes to having a talent.
I
So
agree with you with
nowadays, you can't say, okay, because this person did it this way, it makes it right. Do it like DJ Rich said. Just be yourself.
Yeah.
Be yourself and
Yeah.
bring it. Bring it.
This is why I believe that Sankofa Square, downtown Toronto, like it really needs to be more flexible for the people that don't have those opportunities.
Oh,
for
it
school
is.
grants and all that other
It
stuff.
is now. It is now. You again. Are you doing your homework?
I'm gonna
It is,
do
it is.
more
No,
homework.
no.
You
They
can
changed
actually
it.
go
telling you.
into that square
I'm telling you
with
now,
a
it's different.
speaker. You can go into that square with a speaker right now and start performing, and the police will not do anything.
Okay, so are you talking that, or are you talking about a business side? Because
Well,
before it was
we-
Sankofa, I applied for the previous square name. I'm not
Yeah.
calling
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
name,
Okay.
and I got approved.
Okay.
Right, but I did my
Okay.
homework.
Yeah.
But the problem is, I didn't have what they were expecting, which was like, I think it was the base was 25,000. I was like, absolutely not.
Yeah,
The funds or the people?
The funds.
they want 25,000 for the square.
And then let me tell you, every time if you use every electrical outlet, that costs you money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you wanted to use the LED screen, that costs you
Oh
money.
yeah.
You were only allowed
Shout out to
certain
Lot
permits.
27.
I'll say this: since they've changed it to Sankofa Square, excuse me,
Yeah.
I actually saw on Instagram today that they've actually made it a lot more accessible. And I'm talking, I didn't know about what she was saying, but I
Right.
know in regards to now nonprofits, and
Yeah.
they're more welcoming because
Okay.
they realize that. Think about it this way: you're only bringing economics in. You're
I would
not.
think so,
they're-
yeah.
Exactly.
You're pouring into the city
Yeah.
because those tourists that are passing by, it could be Indian Day,
Yep.
it could be a Polish day,
It
Yeah.
could be
and
any.
you just said it. We are living in a multicultural city, so
Thank you.
I can see why they changed the name. That's different,
Yep.
and they should have a long time ago.
Thank you.
Okay, because we don't reward people who put us enslavement.
Colonizers. We're not rewarding the colonizers.
We don't
Okay.
reward enslavement.
Okay.
and it's not slavery; it's enslavement.
Yes. Yes. No, it's true.
Young kids,
It's
she's
true.
not saying that we're naturally slaves. She's just saying mentally we're slaves to some bullish.
Yeah, because
But I'm saying the right verbiage is that when you
Enslaved.
speak about it, it is enslaved.
It
Do
would-
not
yeah.
call
Yeah.
it slavery.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right? And again, what did you just say? You said, sorry, it slipped my mind.
Everybody struggle. Everybody.
No, about enslavement. I used a different word. I'm so sorry. You just said it.
Oh, the colonizers.
Yes, thank
The
you.
colonizers.
You don't reward people that do wickedness to
No,
others.
because like I said earlier, I'm biracial. So my mom, you would think, like I
that
said,
in itself is a struggle.
my mom was like, oh,
Team agree.
my mom, my grandparents, they're Polish and Ukrainian. They came from the old country, came here with nothing and built and whatever. My dad also is an immigrant to the country, but back where he's from, my dad is Ghanaian from Ghana. They got Black Star Power. So yes, with that being said, my father is actually well off in Ghana. Came here, he went through the struggle, but he was still better than where my grandparents were in that sense because he had more structure. So I can't always say that it's always based on race when it comes to money, because you can see people that look like they have money, but they broke as hell.
That's it. Money doesn't
You know-
have no color.
Money don't have color. And
Yeah.
one thing I'll say is that my dad always told me, the richest people you will never know because they'll dress in Walmart clothes.
Well, there's difference between
They'll
rich,
dress in Walmart
right,
clothes.
rich and wealthy are two different
Yep.
words.
Yep.
Two
Yes.
different worlds. Completely
yes.
Rich
different
is
worlds.
flashy.
Yes.
Wealthy is quiet.
Right.
Exactly.
Dead
Exactly.
ass quiet.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So we have to understand that. And again, just going back to what you're saying, that there is spaces for DJs.
Mhm.
There is. I think with what you need to do is, if you're interested in that and you seem to be very passionate about it, then you can start something, because it literally, the cost that you're paying to create a nonprofit costs you nothing.
Thank you for the encouragement.
Yeah, man. No, because
Thank you very much.
the hip hop festival started. Listen, I said it to you guys earlier. I fell in love with DJs before I fell in love with the MCs.
For real.
And this is why I specifically do not do any showcases the day of the hip hop festival. It is about the DJs. I love the DJ. You don't understand.
Team agree.
Yeah, like
I love that. I love
Team
that.
agree.
That's why it's about turntablism, and that's why I said it's not about me.
There's the word.
it's-
Turntablism.
Right.
Thank you. That was the word I was looking for that day.
Okay.
That was the day of the festival. I'm sitting there like, no, there's a modern word that we're supposed to be using regularly. Turntablism.
Yo,
I'm so old.
Oh my god. Yes. So turntablism for me is a craft, and it's one of the probably it's that besides rapping or MC between 1 and 2. I can
it's just like the
interchange them.
martial arts. It's just different styles, different techniques. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
it.
Straight
As
up.
you said
Skills.
before, man's just jumping on the top of the
Yeah,
stage
yeah.
rubbing
Like
it with his elbow.
yeah,
Yeah.
there's different
spin
there's
around behind
levels.
the
You know what I
backs.
mean? Yeah, on the real. You know what I mean? But yo, this has been a great
Big up, D2E.
pod here, and I'm
Yeah.
hoping this is going to be
Respect for the
continuing.
knowledge.
This is the DJ edition. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Of D2E here, and we got the correspondent
Can I
for
give it
this one
Can I
right
give a
here.
DJ story?
But I'm
Yeah.
saying, well, I'm just
Bringing
bringing
you
everyone to know
Yeah.
this is a
Yeah.
new segment. We got a
Brand
new
new.
correspondent right here for it. You know what I mean? The
Hey.
Hip Hop Festival right here.
Facebook,
You know what I mean?
IG,
You
visit
don't know.
Hip Hop Festival, TO. Hey.
Straight up, but yo, you wanted to say a
Hey.
story there before we go here.
Oh yeah. Oh Lord.
I love it when it's live.
Yeah, because then you forget, like,
But that's the whole point. It's live.
We were talking about DJs. DJs. Oh my gosh, we gotta talk about something else. It'll come to me. I'm so sorry, guys.
Well, hey, it'll come back to you
It'll
next
come
time,
back.
though. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like I said, this is
What
the
were we talking about?
DJ segment here. You know what I mean? A D2E
Oh,
here. You heard it here first.
good.
Can I
But
ask you,
yo,
what were we talking about? You said something that then triggered my mind. So what were we talking about? You said something about DJs. Rewind and come again.
you said the turntablism, you know, the styles, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're almost like the martial arts. They all have their own style and technique.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I love you, and I still don't remember.
I saw it go. You know what I mean? We're the most highest podcast
It
up in Toronto here. You don't know. You know what I mean? But we got the one and only Rich Lynx. You know what I mean?
Hey,
Putting the ones and twos for tonight. You know what I mean? Straight up goods. Yo, but yo, could you tell them where they could find you on all digital platforms, man? You know what I mean? Could you let them know? Could you let everybody, all the viewers know, my brother?
You know, you can get me on the IG, Rich
Dream
Lynx
Warriors, sorry.
33, Facebook, Rich Lynx. You can catch me any other way, you know, catch the number.
And look at his screen. Look at his back of his. If you can't see it, the back of his laptop there. And I remember the story. I forgot it again. Wow.
Well, until next time, you know what I mean? Same time, we on the grind, you know. But yo, don't forget about the Hip Hop Festival. Okay, we still got more segments we're gonna be putting up. You know what I mean? Straight up. So you know what I mean? Stay tuned. Don't be a goon. You know what I mean? Coming
Thank
soon.
you guys always. Appreciate you guys. I love it. Oh, I remember the story quickly.
Okay, all right. There we
So
go.
I went to a hip hop festival. This is about DJs and music. I went to the hip hop festival, as I said. Big up Tanika Inside again, and I participated in 2 of the questions, and you can win a prize. So one DJ. Well, I'm not going to tell the first one. It was just a question about where did hip hop start, but the second one was much harder. I actually know samples very well, and as I said, there needs to be no talking. I actually will hear the music Also, hearing my parents play the music of R&B back in the day, so Motown. My mom listened to country. You were open to everything. The contest was what is the sample and tell the name of the song or the beat or name of the artist. They did 5. I got 3 to show, because you talked about knowledge. So I was sorry going back and just saying that if you want to be involved in something and understand something, you really have to take the time and learn and do your homework. Like I come here, Ras has this place set up. I mean, I'm looking at equipment, but you can't see all of this. That's how much of a good job this man does. So big up yourself.
I know.
Big up DJ Rich.
Yeah.
I appreciate you always, and thank you for coming through. And we're gonna actually bring back more DJs. I think I'm gonna bring DJ Mo Better for you.
Oh,
well,
thank you.
like I said, you're the correspondent of this segment of D2E DJ
Yeah, the DJ
Special Edition.
Hey,
So you're like,
DJ
you know
Special
what I mean?
Edition.
Straight up goods, like, you know what I mean? We got, motherfucking Mondays here. You know what I mean? And we got Taco Kings here. You don't know. You know what I mean? So now we got a new program gonna be born. You know what I mean? So straight up, you know what I mean? Stay tuned. You know what I mean? Straight up. Hearing the beats, hearing the scratching. You know what I mean? Thank you for tuning in. Please subscribe to all the channels. You know what I mean?
Yes, big up.
Thank you to Rich Lynx for putting on the 1s and 2s. You done know.
You don't know. Yeah.
And thank
Big
you
up
for
D2E.
all the correspondents for coming in.
D2E, baby.
Yeah,
Big up HipHop Festival, of course.
Down to earth.
Baby.
You done know.
Rich Links in the place. Yeah.
But as usual, I always have to end it like this. Before we go, I always have to say this for the show. Yo, this is the Rastafari Samurai. Never leaving you dry in your eye. And I approve this message. Nation what?
Shotgun.
You
baby.
don't know. Thank you, everybody.
So big episode.
Big up yourself.
Big episode. Thank you very much.